the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Here's Ryan. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 11 and a 1st down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the 1st.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And an alley to run. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
Get up!
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. And it was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Freeman again, a 1st down carry. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. From the gun, it's Ryan. Drops it off for Coleman. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On 2nd down, Ryan. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. 13th play now on the opening drive. Will this be the lucky one? It's 3rd and goal. Here's Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you not got too many attempts shorter than that one, and I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
He got 29 yards that time. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now they try the right side here, and he's got room. And running with power here. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Here we go. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They go with a fullback line. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down and distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you think, yeah, the fullback's probably going to get the ball, but when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there, handed to their big guy to pick up a 1st down.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make this a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Now Breeze on third down. Now Breeze wants the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. A bad third down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field now that you've turned it over and you come up empty.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on fourth down. Now they lose it. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
On second down, here's Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Trey Hendrickson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. It's taken to the 26. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara, and able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Bree's going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Throw left side complete. That's Harris. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Shotgun now for Breeze. On the check down, he finds Kamara. 8 yards there and a 1st down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to swoop, and he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Demetrius Harris, 31 yards. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody. But those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. Defense just has to hate those guys.
It just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And here now come the Falcons.
And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Ready, yellow lady.
On 2nd down, Kamara. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs.
13. Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady. 11. What we got?
Breeze now to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Ryan. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to New Orleans after this. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Well, they go with a slant that time, 15 yards at a first down. Ryan now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. To throw again is Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Trey Hendrickson in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on it.
He's got him in. Complete. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown. New Orleans. Michael Thomas taking it in. And the Saints add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Demario Davis in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the gun, Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And down he'll go at the 25. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Ryan looking downfield for Jones. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Easy, kill, kill. Set.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
2. 21.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, kill!
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Tech McKinley in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%.
11. Gun!
Now Ryan on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
22.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan, his throw incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. Now Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints coming out now to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Dancing to his left. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk.
Got it.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
And he's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football.
Now loose football. The ball comes out, and the Falcons grab it. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
He doesn't give many opportunities to carry it, so he's got to maximize. In this case, after dropping it like that, I think his number's going to go way down. What do you think?
Yeah, and sometimes those fullbacks, let's just be frank, they usually don't have the hands that the running back does.
And it's hard for them because they do so much blocking. A lot of times, their hands actually get beat up in the process, and it's hard for them to hold on to the football.
11 yards for number 11. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, 47 yards. And the Falcons capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And this is going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
Hey, kill. 21.
To throw, it's Breeze. Now Breeze lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. Airing it out deep for Smith. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
Taken from just outside the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Ryan to throw. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 11 yards for number 11.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. On second down, Ryan. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
To throw on second down, Ryan. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Demario Davis in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin on the ground with Kamara, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Breeze now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Sammy,
Now a pitch out to Kamara. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Saints on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
And I think the end result, knocking the ball away, was a product of understanding where they were on the field, understanding how many yards they needed to pick up the first down, and tightening their coverage accordingly. Gave them no gaps, no spaces, no real air in which to catch the football, and end up making a really nice play.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Breeze now. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Tech McKinley able to disrupt yet another pass play, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
0-2, under.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. 28 yards. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 13. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And they'll get him down here at the 23. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. Fighting his way through contact. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
And they pick up the first down on a 4th down play. I don't know if the defense relaxed because they thought maybe they'd stopped them on 3rd down, or if they just didn't protect the sticks very well. But, boy, that's a big-time pickup right there.
They'll look to throw here. This one caught by Ridley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. They'll set up to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. He's got it, and it's 24-17. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. Breeze is looking to throw. Incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it.
Well, so many times defensive backs get caught playing the man rather than the football, but not in this case. That's an excellent play. Did exactly what you're supposed to do. Attack the football and help break up the pass.
Yep, as a result, knocks it down. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
This quarterback now 5 of 6. Very accurate since taking over. And he's got his guys a first down.
Here we go now.
Back to throw here. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Von Bell. Bell sheds him off. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Now the pitch comes to Ingram. And some space here. 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
Get set. Hey, two.
Ingram again, a first down carry. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Toss play, Kamara. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Now Breeze. The quick slant caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Open season, we get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Saints, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll have another home date next week as the LA Rams come to town. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.